Hello, I know it's been a minute since I've made a video, but I've been going through that struggle, you know, mom life, bullshit, all that stuff. You know how it goes, life gets crazy. But anyway, I kind of wrote up some stuff on a topic I'm really passionate about, and I just want to open by just diving right on in. So today I'm going to be discussing jealousy and insecurity. These are both things that I, being human, have struggled with my entire life for a whole plethora of reasons, right? Despite popular belief, these feelings, insecurity and jealousy, are not personality types. It is a feeling. And no amount of money, conventional beauty, community service, support systems, or knowledge can put a person above their own human experience. No one is immune to it. We're all going to experience it at some point. You can't escape these feelings. However, what a person does with these things, it can reveal a lot about your character or your emotional maturity, which is something that I feel we all struggle with. I mean, you can't really base emotional maturity on age, status, or situation. You base it on willingness to develop and grow. You know, that hits us all at different points. And I think of myself as a late bloomer. Some other people think of themselves as late bloomers. It's all subjective. But I, over a course of time, have noticed that there's typically 3 responses to these feelings, right? And the first one, it's kind of the one, like when I say insecure, it's the thing that most people picture in their head. It's the default kind of character that they imagine. It's kind of like the poster child for insecurity, I guess. It's like the classic victim. I, however, call it submitting to the feeling, right? Accepting the insecurity, just taking it on, put it on like a freaking coat, right? Typically what it looks like is, you know, beating yourself up like it's charming, setting unrealistic limits around relationships, like setting crazy boundaries due to your own insecurity to protect what you have because you're scared of losing it because you're so insecure. It's easier for them to assume offense, being more offended, almost like you know, when you can tell a dog's been abused and you go to reach to pet it and they kind of flinch, it's kind of like they've been beaten down so hard their whole life that they don't believe they're worthy of being treated equally. It's easier for them to assume that everyone wants to hurt them, and very distrusting. They tend to be the type that will serve people who don't respect them, constantly try to kiss ass and do whatever they can just to get treated a certain way because they believe that respect is earned, or love is earned, or kindness is earned. And I want to stop right now. If you are one of those people, I want to say respect is not earned. It doesn't matter who you've been, where you've been, what you do. You deserve respect, period. And all people deserve respect. Even if the most respectful thing you can do for a person is sit back, step out of the way, and shut your mouth. If that's the most respectful thing you can do for another human being, do that. Don't disrespect them. But the second reaction that I find is another one that's incredibly popular that people tend to default do, but it's harder to spot. It's kind of like the classic peacock or the bully. I call it denial of insecurity. These people can be spotted in kind of like a number of ways. They tend to overcompensate or try to tear others down for like a false sense of superiority. They will smile at you and say backhanded things. They're only interested when you're kind of talking about your flaws or your problems or your struggles. And they usually surround themselves with submissive personalities and challenge those who aren't. Their energy just changes a whole room, but like not for the better, you know? Those who deny their insecurities kind of become a slave to it, constantly trying to find loopholes in other people's stories, sticking their fingers in the weak spots and twisting it just to validate their own sense of superiority. They spend so much time covering up their insecurity and hiding it that they never actually end up with the peace or patience to work through these feelings. It's like just a constant state of insecurity. Yeah, so pretty much the main tip with stuff like that is, you know, don't project your own insecurities by making like a sour face or talking shit on people, because when you're so emotionally invested in other people's problems, all it does is highlight the fact that you are an expert in feeling the kind of pain that you recognize in someone else. Instead of healing from it in your own life, you're pointing at other people's lives because you know it well. You recognize it because you're experiencing it. You have a problem with it because you're being hurt by it. You're just scared to work on it. It's just kind of like the more heated and the more repetitive you get poking at the same people, the same topics for the same reasons, the more you kind of expose the type of work you need to be doing on yourself. When you're projecting, or say you see someone and you just think they're a total mess, you see struggle, you see problems, you see problematic behavior, but what you don't know is that you could be lacking perspective or context over their strategy. You don't know what someone's goals or battles are in life. You don't know what they're facing or what they're doing or what steps they're making. You only know your own. So, you know, it's best not to project it. You know, that's something that it's easy to do and we've all done it, but it's not ideal. And like I said, nobody's above any of these things. I myself have done a number of things on these lists. Homie, it takes one to know one, right? Like we've all been there. Like no one can sit here and tell me that they haven't responded this way. I don't care if it was in elementary school, in middle school, in high school, in your adult life. It doesn't matter. We do it. It's natural. I fall short and I still do some of this shit to this day. But the thing is, you need to be aware and work towards it. So, through my journey of healing and self-love, I have found a third option, a much healthier option that I would like to share with everyone that's made it this far into the damn video. But the third option is simply embracing and developing a relationship with your insecurities. After all, they're just feelings, right? There's this kind of like ignorance that has been bred over multiple generations. It's the same kind of ignorance of like, oh, boys don't cry, or children should be seen and not heard. The same type of ignorance follows phrases like, I'm not the jealous type. Honey, there's no such thing as the jealous type. Jealousy is an emotion. Insecurity is a feeling. We all feel it. I don't go around saying, I'm not the hungry type. Honey, we all get hungry. You know, like we have these feelings. It is our experience trying to get our attention in certain areas. When you're hungry, you understand your body's telling you to eat. Once you've eaten, you've claimed your power back over that feeling of hunger, right? So it's what you do with the feeling that's important. So here we are talking about what not to do. Don't project, don't overcompensate, and don't submit. Don't sit there and beat yourself up, right? No, none of those things. So what are we supposed to do? This is just from my own personal experience, but I myself find the things that make me most insecure are beautiful, charismatic, charming, larger than life women. That's what gets me. Oh my gosh. Girl, like the sauce. If I see a beautiful woman, a funky face, someone that sticks out and like is a little bit, you know, odd duck, but like badass, you know, within seconds, my mind just floods with, oh, did my husband see her? Oh, does my husband see her the way I'm seeing her? Can he look at me the same if he's just looked at her? Well, you know, is she the one that's gonna make him be like, oh, maybe Iris isn't that great. Maybe I need to leave her and pursue something more like that flavor of woman, you know? It's like, you know, oh my gosh, intrusive train of thought, pump them brakes, girl, shut it down, because we're going down a dangerous route of insecurity and all kinds of bullshit that I shouldn't be eating myself up at. I shouldn't be projecting it onto my partner. So what we do in moments like that, once you see that, like, oh, I'm struck, I see something I want, and you don't feel like you have it or whatever, and you have these feelings of like, instead of feeding or explaining or going over it in your head, what you need to do first is go, I am feeling insecure. This is just an emotion. I am not less of a person for feeling my emotions. It's just simply human nature. Now, The next step is you need to take your power back. Oh my gosh, get that power back. You don't need to sit there and just admit that you feel that way. You take your power back. You know how? You get up. This is what I do. I see a beautiful woman. Insecure. I feel terrible. I should have done a different look today. She looks great. What am I doing wrong? No, I stop, peel off, and I go up to someone and I compliment them every single time. I don't sit there staring with all these negative thoughts in my head because it changes my look. I don't punish my partner because it's disrespectful to their loyalty and their interests and what they're doing, and it just causes fights and friction. It's not fair. What I do is I compliment them, but I don't go, oh, I'm beneath you. Oh, you're so great. Because I'm not. That's not how I need to present myself anymore. Not ever again, and neither do you. Go up, and I usually say, you are striking. Your look, your essence, your aura, how you carry yourself. You are beautiful. You completely consumed my attention. That's right, girl. We are going to be out here hitting on other people, bringing up other ladies before we are going to sit here and be jealous of them. We're going to bring up other individuals for their hustle, for their look, for their confidence, for their drive, for whatever it is that is intimidating. We are lifting each other up because that is what we're meant to do on this planet. That's what I believe. That's what I want to believe. That's what I'm going to teach my kids. That's what I'm going to carry in my heart and in my soul. So usually when you go up to someone and you give them a compliment, you get your power back because you see how surprised some of them are, or you see how rejecting they are of your compliment. Maybe they aren't as nice as you thought. Maybe they don't love themselves enough to accept that compliment yet, and that's kind of like an eye-opener. Or maybe they're just like the rest of us and you just made their day and you realize that they don't know how beautiful they can be either, and let's hope that it comes back around one day when you need to hear it, right? Just put that love out there. Taking beautiful action is the most attractive thing a person can do. And what good is a compliment if you're just going to keep it to yourself or use it as a weapon against yourself? Because that's all it is. Insecurity is just a compliment that you're afraid to give to someone else. Insecurity is the language of desire. It's an aggressive tone, but it's not meant to hurt you. It is your desires and your ambitions trying to get your attention. I have 2 challenges for those who made it 13 minutes into a damn video of me talking. I have 2 challenges. The first one is the next time you get jealous of someone or you feel insecure just by a glance, get your ass up, get your power back, and give them a compliment. You'll both feel better, right? The next challenge is I want you to listen to your insecurities. Acknowledge them. Sit there and have a conversation. This is not bigger than you. You can look it in the eye and you can talk to it. Decode it. Ask it, what is triggering this feeling for me? What might I want to try? A new career, a new hobby, a new hairstyle, a new makeup look, a new top, a new workout routine, a new thought process, a new way of greeting people. Do I want to be more feminine? Do I want to be more masculine? Do I want to be more bold, more mysterious, more interesting? What is triggering this? Once you identify the trigger and the hidden desire attached to it, I dare you to ask yourself, why do I believe I am not capable? What about this makes me feel unworthy or embarrassed to try? And then work on it. Explore, learn. To know thyself is to love thyself. So that is just something I wanted to share. Thank you for tagging along this long. I hope that part of this is refreshing and gives you a sense of, I am not a slave to my feelings. I got this bitch on a leash. Next time I feel that feeling of, someone's making me feel this type of way. There's something that I want. I'm just going to treat it like my dog barking, right? Oh, my attention's supposed to go over here because it's drawing my attention over here. Okay, silence. You look beautiful today. What is your secret with how you did your hair today? What is your secret with this confidence? What are you going through right now today that has you so happy and so exuberant? What is going on? Share your secrets. Start a conversation. Explore. Learn yourself. Learn to love yourself for high and low. bless. Have a good day.